What's happening, guys? Welcome. My name's Craig. The markets are still volatile. They don't know what they want to do yet. So what we're going to do on this channel is try to pick it apart and see what's going on with the charts alone. Minus the news on the tariffs, the arguments between China and America, minus all that stuff. Let's just look at the charts. Obviously, we're getting volatile spikes up and down. The markets are extremely sensitive right now. A certain post can make markets move a certain way. A news article can make a market sway one way and then sway the next. So just be careful with that stuff, guys. As you guys know, we try to stay calm, look at stuff legit. I'm not here to be a crypto character, right? I'm here to be myself and show you what I'm seeing in the charts. Also, we'll talk at the end of the video. Make sure you guys smash that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure your notification bell is ticked down the bottom. That'll get you notified when I post new videos. And last but not least, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you're watching on a mobile phone, exit the chat. Your thumbs up will appear on the bottom left. Hit that. Come back into the chat, and I do appreciate it, guys. Let's get into it. So right now we have 52 viewers and 20 likes. Let's take a look at it. So Dow Jones down 86, S&P down 15, NASDAQ up 56. So tech is trying to rally, obviously. Right here we have CNBC's main post. This will change. Watch throughout the video. We'll come back and check this. But trade wars latest. Trump yells, "Be cool," as China warns tourist students of the U.S. travel risks. Interesting, right? Take a look at the Dow Jones. So this is the same chart we've been watching forever. I do believe this was an ending fifth wave diagonal. Now, we're going to have to watch this on the weekly chart. We're looking at it currently on the daily. I repeat, we're looking at it currently on the daily. The weekly is what's going to make, a huge difference. But as of right now, we are trading below. We came up, retested that line on the daily, and coming back down. Remember, this was our target. I thought this would take longer, so I had it over here, right? Once I thought it would line up at the trend line. It didn't, obviously. But now if we take a measured move, right, of that break, I have two. I have the blue line here and the yellow. The blue line is from the widest point of the wedge, which I believe to be right here, right? Widest point of the wedge from top to bottom. We could probably shorten that just a bit. Bring that over to where it broke. Right here. That gives us a target right around here, which would be almost identical, right, to what we had in the Great Financial Crisis. That would get us down to about 20,008. Again, guys, I'm going to show you a chart here in a second, looking at the big picture, looking at it as could it be a Great Depression? And if it is, or not a Great Depression, a depression, right? Great Depression 2.0. If that's the case, these could go obviously a lot further down. But in my opinion, the best case scenario, we're going to be up in these ranges, guys. This could take a year, 2 years, possibly 3 years before it actually bottoms, and I'll show you why when I show you the comparison chart. But as of right now, if we look at it with the blue trend line, that's going off of this point, right? If we do that, and then we're looking at approximately 23.4-ish for the Dow Jones. That sounds pretty bad, but in all reality, huge opportunity if it happens, guys. And the thing is, right, so the narrative of don't sell and you can't lose is works in a lot of times. But if we look at this in a 100-year cycle, I don't believe that's the case. If you look at this, it took, look on the right, you see the Great Depression, and then let me get this out of here. You look over here, this is where we're at now. Could we be getting something like this? And again, guys, history doesn't repeat. It often rhymes, right? It rhymes. So it won't look exactly, as this don't look exactly, but the actual structure is the same. We had a high, a low, a higher high, a lower low. Same thing we're having over here. We had over here in the Great Depression, right? Could we be seeing this? Yes, it's a good possibility. I give it a better than 50% odds, but we'll see what happens here. It's been a long month at the office, Savvy. What's up, big boss man? Good to see ya. I'll be in the chat here in a minute, guys. Let's just go over this. So if this does happen, be prepared, guys, because if you look over here, right, this was in 1929. This took about close to 3 years to bottom out. And it took 40, wait, was it 40? 1939 or 1929 to 1954, so 29 and 54. It was a little less than 30 years to, so 25 years to reach the all-time high again, right? So if that was to happen, right, if we bottomed out in 2 to 3 years way down here, you'd have to wait 25 years to get back to these ranges. If this is the case, again, guys, I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but man, things are looking ripe for this, right? So I think this will just be a massive reset of all markets. I don't think it's nothing to really fear as long as you're expecting it. And if you're, especially if you're playing in the markets, it's just a huge opportunity, right? But guys, if this happens, people are going to be losing jobs. Factories are going to be shutting down. A lot of stuff's going to be happening. If that does happen, make sure you have another way to make some money, to at least stack money to be ready for the bottom, right? But after that, I'm sure things will boom. Everything will go good. You just got to get by those few years if this is the case. So be careful with that. All right, let's, man, a lot of people in here chatting today. 92 people and only 38 likes. We got to get to 100 likes. Remember, guys, when we get to 100 likes, we can go over the charts of your choice. So now let's look at the S&P. Same thing with the S&P. I'm looking for this 47-ish range. Now we need to have a bounce at some point here, but when? That is the question. We're going to try to find those bounces. So watch for the S&P maybe down to these ranges, about that 47, 37. And I'm not talking about a couple 100-point bounce. I'm talking about a real bounce, right? A dead cat bounce, which I think it's going to be. But there's people out there calling for another new all-time high. Not saying it's not possible. I'm saying it's less likely, but we'll see what happens. We do have our areas to watch, right? So we'll get into Bitcoin too. I'll show you guys my shorts. I'll let you guys know about the how you can win a Rolex or a Tesla. I'll show you all that here in a second. But let's take a look at this. So we did hit our target on the NASDAQ. Pretty damn close. Close enough, right? Right on that parabola. So if this breaks, our next stop is about that 13.9. That 13.9 breaks, and our target would be, and again, guys, this isn't over days and weeks. This is over months and years, right? The bottom call. Right here, and I talked about it in this morning's videos, right? So all these targets that are lining up and showing are right at 2020. The big craziness we had back then, right? Back to those levels. So that was all money printing fiasco, ridiculousness by the Fed and all that. They had, you know, easy money, quantitative easing. So all that, I think, is going to get erased from the markets. We'll see. I could be wrong, but it makes a lot of sense, right? So now we're going to get into looking at my trades. I entered this morning. Now, those of you that have been following along, make sure you check out my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Links down below. I do let you know when I enter and exit trades. We talk more about it in the Discord, and we talk a lot more about it in the YouTube members Discord channel. So we got closed out or stopped out of our trades in profit, of course, last night for both BITUNIX and PrimeXBT. The total was like 7,500 or 8,000, somewhere in that range. But nevertheless, we profited. I woke up this morning. I do what I tell everybody not to do. I looked at the chart. I expected them to be higher, but it never really dropped after it stopped me out much. It went up, came down. I jumped in. I did a 2 Bitcoin short this morning, and I just added another one here recently. I let everybody know in the Discord that I added another. So currently I'm 3 Bitcoin short, and I did a little short on BITUNIX. I'll show you where that's at. But so I don't know where they're at because I've been talking. Could be anywhere right now. I don't even know where Bitcoin's at. So drum roll, please, and we'll take a look at the trades. PrimeXBT, we're down 2,600. So right here's where I got in. I shorted 2 at 75.9 on a whim this morning when I woke up, before sitting and thinking, like I tell everybody not to do, right? But we got up in this range, and I'll show you in the chart. I'm looking for hidden bearish divergence right here. It may not happen, but either way, I'm going to keep laddering in shorts because I don't think we're going to get that high here. I do think we got more downside. We're going to break these lows still, but as of right now, we're up 365 on this one, down 3,000 on this one. But you guys have watched me go up, go down. You'll always know whether I win or lose when the trades close. You'll always know when I enter trades. I'm not getting in the middle. I don't wait till I'm in profit to show you I got in a trade, so I can hide my losers. I've showed you guys my losses. So far, we're up currently right now altogether about 160, 150,000 for the last month. If you've been following along, you get it. Anyways, let's get into it. Prime XBT. If you guys do want to do trading on Prime, which you can trade Forex, gold, silver, oil, S&P, Dow Jones, all this stuff on one exchange, right? Without having to switch back and forth. You can even trade MicroStrategy on here. So they got all this awesome exchange, guys. So if you want to check them out, they got a deal going for till the 24th, I think, of this month. If you use my link, you can get a 100% deposit bonus. They match whatever you put in up to $10,000, right? So if you put in 100, they'll put in $100. If you put in 10,000, they'll put 10,000. You can use it towards your margin. Yeah, that's an awesome deal. I don't think any other exchange does a deal like that. But anyways, use my link down below. If you're already signed up under my link, all you have to do to activate it, if you're signing up new, you don't have to worry about it. It'll automatically activate. If you've already been under it, just go to promo code, put in Savvy100 in the promo code section. Now, BITUNIX. Here's my trade on BITUNIX. We're at a loss of 161 right now. I do think we're in a wedge here. We could get up to this higher point, which is unfortunate, but 78.4, somewhere in that range. If that breaks, then it's probably going to go higher. But if this rejects here, I don't even think we should. I think if we get up there, we're going to break that, right? So anyways, this trade is 150 in a loss right now. I just entered it a little bit ago. I let everybody know in Discord. Again, totally honest, transparent. You'll see everything on this channel, wins and losses. But BITUNIX, so they're doing a special. My link's down below. These are only for my channel, guys. So BITUNIX, I'll pull it up right here, is doing a 10% cash back up to $200 bonus. You can trade up to 25x leverage on here, which I don't advise. But here are the prizes. So if you get volume trading of 3 million, you get, and that's not hard to get anyone familiar with trading. You can get 3 million trading $500 for a couple days. But that'll be $279 or an Apple Watch. The second prize is, or actually, the fifth prize is Apple iPhone 16 Pro, or $1,200. Fourth prize, Sony Alpha A7RV, $2,000 or $2,000. Third prize, Vision Pro, or $4,000. Vision. Prize 2 is Rolex, or $12,000. That's 100 million in trading volume. First prize, Model 3, or 35,000. So again, check it out. Links down below. No VPN, no KYC needed for BITUNIX. All right, guys, let's take a look. This is the bullish case that we've bottomed here. Remember, guys, this chart is old. And this bullish case could be super bullish because this would be wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? To 136, and then we come down. But I have a few charts. Let me pull them up. And then we'll get into what's going on here, right? Okay. So this is the bearish case, right? I've been showing you guys this parabola, which we've broken. I showed you guys the similarities for the last few days. If you don't know the similarities, watch this morning's video because I go over it in a little more detail. But things are looking bearish here, guys. Another thing I want to point out, people are talking about on the monthly chart here, you can see the bearish divergence, right? People are talking about this hidden bullish divergence right here, right? From here to here where we're at. You got higher highs here, or higher lows here. You got lower lows here. But let me show you something. Remember, all this is looking very similar. We had the same thing right here, guys. Same exact thing. So just so you know that a lot of people are talking about this, I want to get this out there that we've seen that before, right? We should get a relief rally after getting down, I believe, into the 60 to 70,000 range. 60 on the lower end, 70 on the higher, before we start doing a relief rally, something like we done here. we'll see how that pans out. But what I think is Bitcoin's been in one big bull run, not 4 different bull runs in 4 years apiece. I think this is one big bull run, right? And I think it's ended and we're having the bear market. And then we'll have another bull market. But this is going to be a longer bear market, guys, if I'm correct, right? I've showed you guys the count on this. This is off of Elliott Wave, which markets move in 1 and 3 waves. We've also done the fibs on this. Not going to go into detail and bore everybody with the fibs right here. But this is where we're at, guys. That's what I'm looking at. So let's take a look at, this was our daily chart. This, remember, once we broke this 78.1, that should become resistance. We'll see if that holds true here. And then come down to our 68 to 70,000 target, possibly lower. You can see on the RSI, let me pull that up a little bit. Guys, you know I love the RSI. I know everybody's got these fancy indicators with blink and this and that. RSI is the only true indicator. It actually moves with the body of the candle, not the wick, right? It moves with the wick, but it doesn't count till it closes, and it follows the body of the candles. Remember that. But we definitely have more room for downside here, so keep that in mind also. These are our support and resistance targets. Same thing. This broke, should maintain as resistance. We'll see what happens. If it gets back above and gets support, maybe we could go as high as testing this all the way up here again, which is a possibility. Obviously, we'll be keeping an eye on that. So here's where I'm looking for it. So it did close. I can't tell where it closed now. It closed up here. So it closed about even. So that would be a lower high here, even high here, which is exaggerated divergence. Obviously, this candle, we may get a wick up to that 78.4-ish and then continue down. There's going to be some huge resistance there. If we can get above it, kudos, we'll go higher. Otherwise, I start looking for divergence on the bigger picture, which is this yellow time frame here. If you get a higher high, right, on here, on your RSI, and a lower high on your price actions, that's going to be hidden bearish divergence. Keep an eye out for that, because in a downtrend, hidden bearish or hidden divergence, right? Hidden bearish divergence is stronger than bullish divergence in a downtrend. In a downtrend, hidden is stronger when going in the direction of the trend. Remember that. All right, let's take a look at, that's it. That's it for now. That is where we're at. Why is this not got anything on it? And I will get in the chat. How many likes we got? We got 58 likes, 100 viewers, because YouTube stops me at 100 viewers. It's ridiculous. Anyways, it's all good. If you guys share the video, if you belong in any groups, or share it on your X right now, see how many people we can get in here. And for some reason, we can't maintain over 100 viewers. That is ridiculous. I remember getting 2,000, 3,000 viewers at a time, right? And they're stopping my videos at 1,000 views. I used to get 1,000 views in the first half hour. It's ridiculous. I've talked to a couple other YouTubers that are going through the same thing. It's pretty disgusting. So anyways, all right, let's get into the chat. What's up, Blocky? What's up, Deegan? Eat your dog. Yes, your comment is visible. I'm expecting a rally today to get rejected about 80,500. That's a good possibility, Senator Biscuit. Damn sure I could expect the same than my numbers. Thanks. YouTube removed my ban then. Much appreciated. Eat your dog got banned? What the hell? Did you say something they didn't like? Eat. If you make money on a short, is it deflationary? What do you mean? It depends on what you're trading in, right? So one thing I do like to do, and right now I'm not doing it on any of my accounts, but in a downtrend, if you trade in Bitcoin, instead of trying to catch every long, you try to catch the shorts. You get stopped out and take profit when it goes the opposite direction. Then your Bitcoin gains value till you get to your other short, and then you short it. So when you're not in a trade, your Bitcoin's trading. So I used to trade in Bitcoin a lot more. I don't show you guys all my accounts. I show you the accounts I'm showing you. So I do have some that I trade in Bitcoin. But anyways, yeah, that's another way to do it. That way you don't have to catch every trade, right? Same thing. If you're in a bull market, you could long in USDT, and then when it hits your target, it goes down, but you're in the dollar, right? And then you catch the next long with that same amount of dollars and you just grow, and you can grow your Bitcoin that way. Vice versa, the opposite. If that makes sense to you, hit one. If it makes no sense to you, hit two. Makes a lot of sense to me. Hey Savvy, did you get my email with the finished members only? Yeah, I did see it in there. I haven't opened it yet. I haven't looked at it, but I will be getting to that later on today. I gave up YouTube for most things and try to get everything from Rumble. Yeah, I may try Rumble. I just don't like doing new stuff and other things to keep track of. Look, I'm active. I got a TikTok that I play on. I haven't been real active on for a while. I have X, YouTube, and my Discord. And guys, I don't have a team. I don't give my phone to someone else to make comments. I try to do it all myself, so it gets overwhelming, and I got overwhelmed with that a few years ago. So I literally was barely active. I was making 1 or 2 videos a week if you're lucky. Wasn't really too active on Twitter and stuff, and I'm getting back into it now, but I'm going to keep it at that. I don't want to take on a bunch more. I'm not trying to pay someone to act like me on a phone or whatever. None of that crap. I am real. This is me. I do what I can do, and that's it. Yeah, me too, Billy, and I appreciate it. Like I said, if I end up using it, which if it works out, I mean, it works like you said, I will end up using it. I'll throw you something for it for sure, because I appreciate you taking the time out to do that. Either way, for taking the time out, I'll give you something. But yeah, I do really appreciate that, man. Rumble would suit you, Savvy. Yeah, but in honesty, honestly, I like YouTube. I'm comfortable with YouTube. I don't like that they don't like some of the things I say, and I got to watch what I say. But I'm not. So for Rumble, it would be great because then I could speak my mind. But I'm not trying to make extra videos and speak my mind on Rumble, right? Um, I just had to clean my videos up and not say some of the things. I'll throw you guys hints. You just have to pay attention. Also, Deacon is pronounced Degen. Would you be a holder long term for Bitcoin when this crazy is over, or stay a trader? I'll probably always just trade it. I mean, we get down to the lows that I think we're going to. I'll accumulate some to hold, right? But I'm not trying to put all my money in Bitcoin and hope it goes to the moon forever. None of that shit. Because once you learn how to trade, it's like having this giant bank account, right? That you can go in and grab money whenever you want. It's just it's awesome. And the longer you do it, the bigger capital you can play with, so you can be in trades longer, and you don't so much care about losing a little bit of money, um, while you're waiting for your trade to work out, or investment. I've always looked at it as start out as a day trader, and that's a lot of work, constantly on the computer, whatever. And then you build your capital, and then you can go to swing trading. You build your capital, and then you go to investing, right? That's how I've always looked at it. Some people say you don't make as much doing this or the other, or which what. You'll get mixed opinions on all that, but it's working for me. That's where I'm at. Donna said, how many likes we got? We have 69 likes, 91 people. I don't know why it says concurrent viewers 91 and it says concurrent viewers 97 on the bottom. But anyways. So Rumble is awkward, Degen says. Sweet, hope you like it, blah blah blah. All right, guys, we got 72 likes. We're almost there. Where are we at? And what are these markets doing? Let's see. Did we get a new nope, no new picture update yet. Ooh, the Dow is up 173, S&P's up 500, NASDAQ's up 200. Our trade is still in the negative. And our BITUNIX trade, same thing, still in the negative. Like we'll be coming down, I think. I'm looking for it to come down, at least test the bottom of this wedge, about 76.4, 76.5. If it gets a bounce there, we can come up to the top one more time, about that 78.6-ish, somewhere in there. When's the next live? Lives are daily, Monday through Friday at noon. could change. That time could change. But as of right now, we're going to keep it at noon, Monday through Friday. Live streams, you can count on it. So make sure you keep that slot open in your YouTube watching. Make sure you tick the notification bell too to remind you when I go live. All right, Blocky, take it easy, brother. All right, 100 concurrent viewers and 76 likes. We're almost there, guys. So, just curious, is anybody in a trade right now? Are you in a short? Are you in a long? Let me know where you're at, what you're doing. I think this chart is going to be huge right here on what's happening right now. And again, this is on the weekly, right? These are weekly candles. Each one of these candles are 1 week. Donna says smash the likes. Do what Donna says, guys. Donna's got a cool strategy she's working on in our little YouTube members group chat in our free Discord. The Discord's free. The members YouTube. You have to be a member of the YouTube channel to get into. And it's building slowly but surely. It's kind of slow right now, but it'll get better. But that one, we're strictly talking about trading and stuff. The free Discord, the main room, everybody kind of talks about everything. Their trades also. It's just kind of a more fun room with memes and everything all mixed together. YouTube channel in there, we're trying to keep just for trading, right? Oscar said he's in a short at break even at the moment. Eat Your Dog said, great, we'll be tuning in. Haven't seen you going consistently live for a few years. Yeah, it's been a few years. So, like I said, I took a hiatus, man. I got just burnt out. I was doing it for 5 years straight. I needed a little break. So, I was only doing videos once or twice a week, sometimes none. I was barely on X. I was just beat up, wore out. And I'm back. So now I know what not to do. I'm just not going to get overly extended and stuff. I'm just going to, like I said, showing my trades keeps the haters away because I can't say shit because they're going broke or they just, don't have nothing to say because I have receipts that we're making a killing, right? Glad your back burnout happens to the best of us. Yes, it did. Oh, Dejan said, Ben's on a break, just videos. Ben's on more than a break, bud. Ben's on a very long break, Donna said. Yeah, but were you also working on your house? Takes a lot of time. Yeah, I was doing a lot of crap around my house. Like I said, a lot of work outside. I have other businesses too, guys. So I was ordering a lot of stuff from China, 40-foot containers full of equipment, selling that. I was doing a lot of stuff, and I'm also, this year, I hope to be this year starting to build cabins on our property up north. I'll use those for Airbnb and for personal use. We're getting the pool installed this year, but I'm not doing it, so that's not going to overwhelm me. I am painting my basement ceiling. I'm blacking it out. It's 2,500 square feet. I'm still working on it. And then once that's done, I'll have the walls put up. I'm putting a new office downstairs, a theater. We already have the gym, just no walls yet. But yeah, that's pretty much what's going on now. The house was a big deal, though. I had a lot going on. I was trying to do a lot of different things. So yeah. When will be your next member session? Maybe either tonight or tomorrow. It depends on if I paint tonight or I paint tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. It's coming along, Donna. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. The painting part ain't bad. It's the preparation, right? It's the putting up the plastic and all that crap to protect shit down there. And this part I'm procrastinating on right now is where I have all my surveillance stuff, right? And all the equipment running and crap, and it's just I think I might have to take it all out, because it's kind of like computers. It's constantly got fans going, it's sucking air, cooling itself down. I'm gonna have to move all that stuff, take it down, and that's overwhelming me. I'm literally making myself anxious, giving myself anxiety to messing with that. I do that shit all the time, and then when I actually do it, it's not even that big of a deal. But the process of getting to do it, man, I tear myself up on this. Are we at 100 likes? Nope, we're at 83 likes. What time is it? And we just cannot get over 100 current viewers. Cannot get over 100. That is so freaking weird. And my videos cannot get over 1,000. If that's not suppression by YouTube, I don't know what is, because it's crazy. Far away said I'm the same. Yeah, it sucks, man. It's paralyzing. I've always been that way, but it seems like now it's even worse because I don't have to do anything, right? So I got to push myself a little harder to do stuff. Eat your dog. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it, man. Welcome. Donna's asking politely now. She said likes, please, guys. Come on. She's asking politely. Remember, if you're in it on your mobile, exit the chat for a second, hit the thumbs up, and come back in. Seems like that always helps get us a big push when we're on there. Craig, when are you going to make the next member? Like I said, either tonight or tomorrow night we'll be going over it. And I had one of the guys in the YouTube chat, he wants to go over divergence. So this next members live is going to be over finding divergence, right? Whether hidden divergence, regular divergence, exaggerated divergence. So that's what our next members video is going to be going over. Far away said, come on, guys. Why we always have to tell you to smash the likes? YouTube's putting tariffs on the views, right? Fucking horrible, man. It's crazy, dude. Don't get it. I do not get it. It's literally like they got me at this 10% level or something. I can only get 10% of what I would normally get. That's all they let me get. It's all right, though. Whatever. Whatever. As long as you guys watching are getting what you need and somebody's actually getting some benefit from this, I'm happy. I would much rather it got out to a lot more people, but if anybody's getting it, makes me stoked. By the way, I am Greek. My name is Maria. Oh, okay. Maria. I'll try to remember that. It's kind of hard to remember that, though, with all this stuff. 4 years with you, only you, Craig. Right on. Thanks, Maria. I appreciate that. 91 viewers, 90 likes. And we get to go over the charts of your choice. We're running low on time here, guys. We are running low on time. What's up, Quarter Crawler? Yeah, I even unlocked it where you can comment even if you're not a subscriber, just to see if that would help. Still keeping us right at the same everything. What's up, Losing Money Daily? How you doing, man? Maybe you're having way more views than what it's showing you because it doesn't want to credit you. I mean, it's possible, but it's weird because I see a lot of these janky crap YouTubers getting 20, 30,000 views, and literally they know nothing. They give out no information. They're shit kids looking at charts, reading them wrong, and they get a ton of views. It's really weird, man. Super weird. A good idea to purchase Ethereum at this price? Oh, is it a good idea? I don't mess with altcoins. We can go over them charts and look at the charts, but I don't buy any altcoins, and I never will. Not for long term. I don't even trade them. I really no need to. It's just more charts to watch, in my opinion. A lot of people like to, and there's nothing wrong with that. Thanks, Chewy. Appreciate the like. Hit 1 if you've already smashed a like, and hit 2 if you just ain't gonna hit it, and that's okay too. But let me know in the chat. Hit 1 if you already hit it. Hit 2 if you're not gonna hit it. I promise I won't ban you, as long as you don't talk smack. Donna said, I wish I could poke him. That helps the chat too when more people are hitting it. Boom, we got 100 likes. Right on, guys. All right, what are we looking at? And remember, these are quick looks at things, but I keep the charts, right? I keep it in the charts to every time people ask, and we kind of look at what it looked at before, you know, what I said before. A lot of it is in the daily charts, so it isn't gonna, you know, move a whole lot, but let's do it. Poke with the brander. Woohoo! Sorry, Savvy. I pressed FU earlier on the pull while driving. It's all good, Alex. I put it there for a reason. So, yeah, I'm going to take a look at that. We got 119 votes on the have the markets found the bottom. 18% says yes. 55% says no. 18% said I don't care. 9% said FU Savvy. Right on. Love you guys. Nope. Now nobody's even going to tell me what they want to look at. Come on, guys. All you got to do is let me know what ticker you want to look at. Let's see the. Uh-oh. We're at a loss again. 3,600 here on the Prime and 239 on BITUNIX. Wyckoff. Wyckoff? Oscar, that's not a chart. We want to look at a chart. All right. Degen says mantra. So we're going to take a look at mantra. Oh, yeah. We got to go get to our poop coin chart. That's where I keep them all at. Mantra. Was that a make sure you put next to it if it's a crypto or it's a stock too, because there is some that are have both, right? Let's look at this in stocks. So is there a mantra? Yeah, no, it's a crypto. I'm guessing crypto. The mantra is crypto. We're gonna look at. That's the problem. I know we looked at it before, but I don't know which chart we used, right? So let's see. Try to stay off the way whacked out exchanges. Let's look at it here. Whoa, got a nice bounce, it looks like, huh? This thing's pretty new, apparently. Mantra OM. Mantra OM. Oh, right here. All right, that's what we were looking at, but I just don't know which. All right, let's look at it right here. Yeah, I believe we did look at this the other day or at some point. And I think let's see. This actually So, if we take just from this move here, the widest point, your bullish case for this, if we break up past these highs here, so if we break that 645, I look at it as it could go up to, this would be your next level. This is a bullish case. Let's see if other charts show some bullish case, because that means if it does, we could be going up a little bit. But that shows about $7.97, $8. And if it gets rejected there again and comes down, then I would be looking for. So basically, this would be just waiting on a break, right? But if that broke down, I would look for about $4, and that would line up with the old resistance right here. Could it be in head and shoulders here? It's possible. We're not really seeing. We're seeing a little bit of divergence, but it's the daily, right? So depending on where this closes, with this high here in this high here. Right now we're showing a higher high in the RSI, lower high here, but again, it's the daily. It hasn't closed yet. Wait till it closes for any confirmation. All right, let's look at what's next. Render. Maria wants render. A render right here. I think we've looked at it. Might have looked at it somewhere else. Gosh, Maria, this looks bad. I'm going to say, obviously, this is just stating the obvious. It is bearish unless we can get over back above this trend line, 338. Let's take a look at it. Let's do this. Let's throw a parallel channel on here. That does look like it's lining up. So here's where I would look for a bounce. Somewhere, depending on how soon, obviously this is declining, but $2.10, $2, let's say 212, 215. I would look for a bounce and maybe come back up to test this level here. It is downward, so if it does get a bounce here and this is able to hold, if this breaks down here, it's probably going to get really bad. But if it does manage to get a bounce here and comes up and breaks this top, there could be a bullish trade there. I would say there's probably none of this is financial advice, but if I were trading this, I would probably look for a long down in this 212, 215 with tight stops underneath the trend line. But if it was able to bounce there, you know, look to take profits maybe up around this level here, $3.80, somewhere in there. But if it broke, obviously another push up to maybe 580. And if we look over here, that's in confluence with old support and resistance. So that might be a good play setting up there. All right, Kaspa. Let's look at Kaspa. And I may miss your request. And if I do, I apologize. Put it in again, maybe. Remember, I'll stick around. As long as my coffee's here, I'm here. When the coffee's gone, I'm gone. Let's look at... Man, see, some of these I hate when they're on all these different exchanges because I don't know which one I looked at it last, and I probably already have trend lines, and I do remember looking at this one, but I don't remember on what exchange, which sucks. So is this an actual trend? No, I don't like that. So I'm real strict on wicks. So like here, we didn't have a touch down at the bottom. So don't know if I really count this. This would be more how I would look at it then, right? And that doesn't work either because we didn't have alternate touches. So I'm going to have to look at it like this. I have to look at it like this, and that being, so if we were to go straight down pretty quick, that thing could get down to a penny. If it breaks up, breaks that, then we could look for a pretty decent move. You'd be up around the 15 cent range if it can break the 8 cent. I'd say if it breaks 8 cents, probably safe to say it's going to 15. Otherwise, I'm looking for it to get back down to about a penny. And if we look back here, that's a good spot to be. It's the old support and resistance. So everything's lining up. Everything's kind of crazy right now. So depending on what happens in this, let's see if they change the main page yet. No, still the same. Dow up 150, S&P up 28, NASDAQ up 216. Let me know what you think. Do you think all the markets are going to close red or green today? Put it in the comments. Let me know. We will continue to go over charts here also. All right, gold looks like it's headed to 3,300-ish target you mentioned. Yeah, it could be. I'll get on that. Would you take AGI on... Would you take it? You mean look at AGI on Gate.io? Let's see, AGI. And thank you for the super chat, Muhammad, by the way. AGI on Gate.io. See if we can find it right here. Tether. It would be Tether. Let's look at it. Now, don't tell me your position. I don't want to know your position, but could this be bullish? I mean, this is looking at it in the very big picture, right? Man. Let's see. Let's go into here. Looking for divergence. Really no divergence yet. We still had higher highs or higher lows here. Still have higher lows here, even though they're much higher. You know what? I'm going to go into looking at this much smaller. I think what I'm going to do is just look at this as a parallel channel for now to try to keep it. Let's see. So this looks kind of like the other one we just looked at. Remember, this is the daily chart. So if it breaks up here, you're going to have 2 points I would look for if I was trading this, right? So if it was to break this 50 or 5.5 cent area, there's 2 spots I'd be looking for it to get rejected here. And if it blew through there, you're looking at like 18. So, and this would break this bigger trend, possibly, right? Let's put it down here. Yeah, this, if we break that 10 cents, it's breaking a pretty big trend line there. It could get pretty bullish, but again, I would be cautious there. Because this could also be, and I'm sorry I'm messing this all up, but could also look at it like this. And I actually like this one better. That says that it should come down for a test right around here. Oh, no, it'd be dead. Man, I'd be careful with this thing. Because right now, it is playing with the same support it played with here. And if that breaks, your next level is like 0.001, 0.005. But that's what I'm seeing there. All right. What do they mean when they say okay? They told me about this crypto stuff. I don't know if that was a scam comment or what that was. FOMC in 1 hour, 20 minutes. Oh, I didn't even think about that. The FOMC today. That's probably going to throw the markets pretty crazy. Wow, I should have waited and done the live during that, but oh well. All right, next, BLNK stock. I don't think I remember looking at that. BLNK stock. Let's see, NASDAQ. BLN. Woo! What the hell is that? Blink Charging Company. What do they do? Or what did they do? That looks pretty rough. But apparently, if the market bounces, it might be okay. But this is kind of... It's really strange that it's making the same moves as crypto. I need to thin that line out, guys, so we can see it better. The simplest thing is trend lines, right? This looks like it broke the trend, though, honestly. Man, if RSI is pretty damn low, but it was low here, too. You got a rally, so we're going to go ahead, hope for the best, right? I would say that broke the trend, but let's give it a benefit of the doubt. Give it the benefit of a doubt. We could go up to this range here, 97. And then if that breaks, if you want to get bullish on it, right? Then you would just take from the longest point of the wedge to where it broke. And that would give you a target of $2. But if this thing breaks, it's nothing but bad. If that was a break there, it's pretty bad. 97 cents. Jeff New, busy with the fishing poles. Forgot about the live. It's all good, man. It is recorded. We're all doing well. Thank you. Mark Dutch says, Blacky Crypto sent me here. He's nuts too. Yeah, Blacky's trying to get into the crypto YouTube world. I just hope he sticks with the real people, which there aren't many. Most people get on to shilling scams and things like that, and it's, you know, it's rough. They get paid to shill stupid coins and say they did a review on them and things like that. And it's so dishonest, if you ask me. Unless they got out saying, hey, this company paid me and said they wanted me to do a review. They gave me $50,000 to talk about them. I really don't know what the hell they are, but this is what they say they are. You make your own decision. But I've told them that I would do that, and they don't want that. They don't even want you to tell anyone it was a sponsored freaking video. It's sick. They're sick. Was there that gold? Let's look at that gold, Donna. You said it looks like it's going to hit the 3,300. It's definitely possible. It's just as possible that it topped out here, but that's the target we've had for a long time of an ending fifth wave diagonal, which would match up with a traditional market crash also. Let's see where that's sitting right now. Look at that. Oh, it's testing that trend line again. Dow Jones testing that trend line. But remember, the weekly is what really matters. This is the daily. Still fun to watch. S&P, like I said, I still think it's great possibility it gets down to this 4,700. And NASDAQ, I still see it going to this 13.3, even though it has hit our bounce point, right? Wife says I buy too much fishing gear. And if I stop, ain't a cow in Texas. Never. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. 95 viewers, 110 likes. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. And thanks again for that super chat. I appreciate it, Mohammed. Been a long time I've seen a super chat. But that AGI looked kind of scary. Just be careful with it, brother. All right. Anybody else got anything they want to look at real quick? We got a couple minutes left. I got a couple sips left. It's getting pretty low. Getting pretty low. That's your sign to go live again, brother? I ain't going to do another live. If I do another live, it's going to be a members only live tonight. But that'll be in the evening. I want to get down and get some paint done. I got to get the preparation done, right? Remember I said I got to take all that shit down. I got to do that. Got a gallon coffee cup. Actually, I think I bought my wife one. Well, it was for water, for her doing her Pilates and stuff, going to her classes. But I don't need no more coffee, man. I started drinking coffee at like 6, 7 in the morning. Used to be a lot earlier when I worked, but I get up 6, 7 o'clock now. 7:30, 8 sometimes. Maybe Nikkei 225 or crude oil. I want to look at my oil chart. If you guys remember, now I have not looked at this oil chart in probably over a year, and I want to look at my targets because I know I'm seeing what they're saying it's at, but this will be interesting. Now, if any of you guys remember, YFI bottom, I'll check that out, Sandy, here in a minute, but I want to look at this oil chart. We're going to pull it up together because I haven't looked at it in so long. I got a bunch of charts I need to get rid of on here, but I know I have an oil chart on here, and we're going to find it, and I'm going to look at it. And I just want to look at, obviously, the trend lines are going to be there, all that, but the targets is what I'm interested in. Okay, here it is. The last time I looked at it was in November of 20. You can see it right here. Can you guys read that? Last time I opened it was November of 2024. But this chart, literally, I drew it out in like 2022 or 2023. And I always talk about remembering when oil went below 40. It went negative 40 one day. It was crazy. But anyway, let's look at it. All right. So we blew through that target. Blew through that target finally. And this, like I said, guys, this is from a long time ago. This is an old ass chart. These, you can see where these targets were drawn from, right? So, man, if this 62.84 holds as resistance, I think oil can get down to this 35, possibly as low as 26. Be careful though, obviously, not financial advice, but we did finally nail our target. We kept getting so close to it, just not hitting it. And bam, we hit it, broke through. Now we can look for them lower levels. Wow, that's crazy. It finally freaking broke. Nice. Savvy, can you send the Fibonacci video again at the Discord? Thanks. Fibonacci video for members? It's oh, I don't know what Fibonacci video you're talking about. Unless you're talking about the members video, but you're not a member, so you wouldn't know about the members video. Those videos are mostly members, so instead of doing like a trading program and selling it, I'm going to go over different things like that, Fibonacci, Elliott Wave, other crap in the members videos, and then I'm going to kind of take pieces of that and put together tutorials, but it'll only be open for members. It's going to be obviously take years to put that all together, you know, little by little, but I think that's my plan. Like I said, I don't want to charge people for per se for a tutorial or classes, because guys, there's no cookie cutter way to trade, right? There's not one thing that's going to work for everyone, because everyone's time's different, everyone's financial situation is different, everybody's risk tolerance is different. So, and everything is different. So it all depends on a lot of things for trading. You can't just, this guy tells you this is how I trade, this is when I get in, this is when I get out, that'll work for you, you'll be rich. No, ain't gonna work. And if you pay for somebody's course, it's not gonna work for you guys. The only thing that really works is finding someone that's showing you their trading, right? And understand it can be done. Look at what they're doing. Develop your own over time. It's going to take time. You're not going to jump in and be a professional trader and get rich overnight. It's not going to happen. I don't care how many courses you buy and watch. I don't care any of that crap, right? You have to put in the work. If you put in the work, you can be a successful trader, whether it be swing trader, if you like day trading, whatever it may be, right? You can do it, but you're going to have to put in lots of hours to do it. If you're not willing to put in the hours, it's probably not going to happen. What's up, Robert? Good to see you made it, man. If you create a trading course, I would be more than likely to have the confidence and start trading. But like I said, it doesn't matter if I was to put out a course, you're not going to just turn it on, look, read it all, and be a good trader automatically. It's not how it works, man. Remember, emotion is the biggest thing. You got to learn to deal with your emotion, and everybody's tolerance is so much different. And there's no way to say if you do this, this, and this, all your trades are going to work. That's just not going to work. Not going to happen. I've showed my losses. I've showed my gains. My gains are a lot more than my losses, and that's what you hope for when you trade, right? M said, damn, 35 to 27 for oil. I'm looking for 52. Bond auction in 2 minutes. What's up, name? Let me look at the 10-year yield now that you mentioned bonds. Look at that. Look at that spike in the 10-year. We were talking about this being a possible head and shoulders. Looks like it tricked people, and nope, we're right back up. Crazy, man. Honestly, what this looks like in the bond market, you can draw a trend line on here and see pretty much looks like the bonds are going. Now, obviously, as crazy as crap's going, I wouldn't count on this 100%, right? But I would say that it looks like the next target for the 10-year yield right up in this range. Obviously, no guarantees, but it did break that. So let's see. Will it hit 488 and come down? That would be almost retesting this top over here. See what happens there. All right, Paul said, can you take a look at RSR? I'm going to take a look at that, and then I am going to be done, guys. So let's get into our poop coin chart. RSR, is that a stock or crypto? Obviously a crypto. Let's look at it on Kraken, I guess. Same as all the other ones, man. Real iffy spot here. This does look like this is the daily. Remember that. And maybe we'll start going over these in the 4 hours on the lives. I don't know. This looks just like the other stuff I was showing. Basically, you're in between here and there. Bullish if you break that. Bearish if you break that. Your targets will be a measured move of this channel. Target if you break the 0073 would be 009. And if you break the 005 would be 003. That is what I see there. Not a lot of divergence showing in the daily here. How are our trades doing? Down 567 here. Ooh, are we testing the top of this? Remember, if that breaks, up we go. If that gets rejected, down we go. We go test the bottom again, around this 76.7-ish. And if that breaks, we go down to 73, 72, somewhere in that range. But it does look like it could break here. If it breaks this 78.8. Oh, which it's breaking right now. There you go. I may enter some more shorts on this. Gets any much higher. It is looking like it's going to show a 4-hour divergence in the bigger. If we close below the 80,000 here, so it can spike up past it, but if we close below it, I'm going to enter some more shorts up in this 80,000 range. But thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for smashing the likes, and if you didn't, make sure you do. Leave your comments below if you're watching this after the fact, and I do appreciate each and every one of you guys. Make sure you subscribe, tick the notification bell, smash that like button, and I'll catch you in the next one.